Try that. Can you hear me now? I'm just checking my... Try that. Let's see. I've been having a few issues with my microphone recently, so it's been a bit sensitive, and I've got it sort of at a position that it's sort of out away from me. I'm just looking for something on this sprue. But yeah. As always, got some music playing in the background. Oh, just dropped something on my heresy. So I've got something to focus on as well, and I find I talk better when I've got something to focus on. Oh well, I've been busy building Warhammer Space Marines. Warhammer 40,000 Space Marines, but I'm using these are actually from a totally different game, but I'm what's known as kit bashing, so I'm building these as the base and I'm combining them with what's the other box? Where's the other box so I can show you what I'm doing? It should be there. Well, I haven't got the box, but you can just make out what I'm trying to kit bash them with. So, to make them sort of Chaos Space Marines, because I believe that the army that I'm doing, Iron Warriors, don't let their armour fall to chaos as much. So that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to find the bit that I need. Yeah, so it's sort of keeping me busy and focused to help sort of ideally you know, metaphors if you feel like getting up and having a dance to whatever's playing in the background, you know. Yeah, it's been pretty good, thank you. So I'm just looking for... Yeah, it's been pretty relaxed, really. It's not been overtly sort of troublesome or anything. It's been pretty easy going, and yeah. I've been a bit at loss for words recently. I'm really struggling with things to think to say, and it's really getting on my wick, because you know you want to say something, and well, I still am, really. I am still building. These aren't finished. These are nowhere near finished. But I wanted to get the sort of base bits done, because yes, because the legs and torsos are usually the hardest parts, and they really need focus. Once we're sort of through the where's my glue? Oh, there's my glue. Plastic glue. This is sort of the detailing and the let that bit dry. But yeah, sure. That's what I've just glued. Yeah, sorry, I can't angle my camera, and the focus, it doesn't focus. There's no autofocus on this camera, but it's the Power Fist, so it's like a close combat weapon. But unfortunately this camera does not focus at all. It's really annoying. I hope to get a better camera so that I can actually share what I'm doing, because I really want to. I really do want to share what I'm doing with people, because I love creating and building and all that sort of thing. Yeah. Obviously, once I get the arm on and all the other bits, I can show the finished results. What am I looking for? Plasma pistol. Oh, no, that's pre-heresy. That's a plasma gun. And of course, I guess I could go live. Well, that means I'd have to go live twice. I'm not sure how to do that, to be honest. How to link my, have two cameras. I'm hoping to get a brand new camera at some point that will actually focus, so I can actually show people what I'm doing. I can have this camera static, and then the other camera know, I've still got a lot to learn, and it, you know, it really frustrates me that I can't do a lot of the things that I really want to do, because it would make these live streams so much better, so much, you know, so much more interesting. And 91. It really would, and it really does frustrate me that I can't do it, because you know, I want to share so much with people. There's so much I want to do and share that I can't. No, I think it would make these live streams so much more interesting and entertaining for people to actually be able to see what I'm doing. Seriously, you know, it 82. Because it would make things so much. Oh, I don't know. I'm losing the ability to speak again. That's happening a lot lately, and it's a struggle. It is an honest struggle. But, you know, I feel like I'm letting people down. I really do, because I make, you know, I talk about all these things, and then I can't deliver. You know, I sometimes, you know, gets me down. It does get me down, because I shouldn't be like this. I really shouldn't be like this. Not on the live stream. I should be 82, there we go. But I go live because I enjoy it. I do seriously enjoy going live with people, and it means a lot that people enjoy my live streams. It really does. You know, it's as much about you as it is about me, and that's why I love going live, because I get to share everything with friends, you know, people who I consider friends, seriously, and to be able to do this, there we go. With plasma pistol and power fist. As I say, this camera, I don't know if I can. There's the plasma pistol. Now, see, it doesn't autofocus, but That's the annoying thing. But we need... as he's pre-heresy. Now what I need is a head. Shoulder pads. Oh yeah, now I know what I need. I need the headdress, the headpiece for him. Sorry, that was my mic. It's got like a Roman centurion headpiece. I'm sorry I missed. I'm so sorry I missed that. I would have been there had I known. That's on me. That is on me. I do apologise for not being there. I did put someone in timeout yesterday on your live stream for an inappropriate comment. I will say. I did say inappropriate comments will be removed. So he hasn't got the shoulder pads yet, but he's got his headdress, his sort of Roman centurion headpiece. Because I want to give him at least one proper shoulder pad and one Chaos shoulder pad. Yeah, it was rather offensive what they said. I won't repeat what they said, but it wasn't appropriate language for a live stream. There we go. My first Chaos Space Marine of the Iron Warriors Legion in Mark II iron armour, because I don't believe they'd let their armour become too chaotified. So that's one of the squad sergeants, and I've got 2 squads of 10 to build. So I will be posting up photos of these later onto social media, so they will be visible, much clearer. I might do the other veteran sergeant. Now do. Well, I actually use them in tabletop wargaming. This is the beginning of my Iron Warriors army. I'm actually doing what's known as kit bashing or conversion, and this is my dream Chaos Space Marine army using Horus Heresy Mark II Iron Armour and Warhammer 40k Chaos pieces to make my Chaos Space Marines of the Iron Warriors Legion, because I believe they wouldn't let their armour become a bit more like that. Well, a bit more like that, really. You can't really see them, but they're chaotic, whereas mine's got a hint of chaos markings, but they're not overtly chaos. And of course I'll be making more music and everything as well, so there is that to look forward to as well. Might even make a unit full of just with bolt pistols, and again bolters would be better. It is very fiddly, yeah. I've been building and painting miniatures since I was 13, and you know, it's been a hobby that I've been fond of for a very, very long time. You know, it really does. And of course, you've got to clip them off the sprues as well, and get them just. I think I will do a squad with just bolt pistols and or shall I do them with bolters? I think I will do them with bolters, but I'll try and avoid. Try and do a mix and match of bolters, because obviously I want to keep some of them Iron Warriors as much as possible. Because obviously you've got to get them glued just right, otherwise it doesn't always work. I don't think I've done that correct, but we'll have a play around with that. I need to six and five. I bet I've taken off the wrong. I've taken off the wrong arms. damn it. That's the thing, you've got to be very precise with these models because otherwise it doesn't work. So that's the model without the weapon in place. Problem is, sometimes when you position certain items, it makes it very hard to paint the miniatures as well, because obviously they block out certain details. There'll be elements of Fortunately, with the army that I've chosen to paint, they're all pretty much one colour, and then you sort of detail them over the. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to paint them all silver because that's their colour, sort of a dark silver, and then I'm going to paint in all the bits that are supposed to be black afterwards. See, it becomes a bit tricky to manoeuvre. Glue on. And the thing is, once you undercoat them with spray paint, because I always spray paint my models, it hides what I refer to as all manner of model making sins. So sorry, I'm a bit quiet because I'm just trying to focus on getting this. Yeah, this is all part of that playlist I created, that big playlist for. There we go. Obviously I want to keep it iron. I want to keep them as having iron heads, so some of them will have standard shoulder pads. But because because this one will have standard shoulder pads, I'll give him the Chaos icon. That's basically what he is meant to look like. You know, he is meant to be in that armour. That is actually correct for the model. So, as I say, I will post better pictures. Oh. Don't want to turn my sticky keys on. Now, what am I looking for? Look for a Chaos icon of sorts. See, I don't want them to look loyal, you know, I want them to look treacherous. Having all these different sprues for conversion makes things a little more. There we go, there we go. Trying to get this Chaos Star. Trying to get this Chaos Star icon onto the backpack of a pre-Heresy Space Marine is because it's not designed for this. I've got to make it fit. Luckily, plastic glue works because it melts plastic slightly. So by melting the plastic, sort of helps to show that they're chaos supporting. so one of them has a Chaos Star to show their of the forces of chaos instead of loyal to the Emperor. And some bits we are just using straight up from the Chaos sprue. I do paint them. I've got something here that I built a while back. This is a unit known as a dreadnought, but you can, as you can see, it is painted. There's a bit of paint chipped off because it's resin, so I need to repaint there. But yeah, this is painted in the colour scheme that I'll be painting the other models in. So yeah, I do paint them, and I put static grass and things on them as well. So there is that. As I say, there's a bit chipped off because this is a resin model, not plastic. So I need to retouch that, but that won't be too difficult because I've got the right paint for it. And I can darken it up, and yeah. So that's my Iron Warriors Dreadnought, and that's pretty much sort of the colours that my Space Marines will be painted in, and that's a Chaos Dreadnought. So you know, so it just find out where. But yeah, no, I love. Yeah, it's surprisingly quite light actually. They used to do metal miniatures, which were quite heavy in themselves at one time, and then they moved to resin, which was lighter. But the metal miniatures were heavy, were quite heavy, and hello Justin, nice to have you here, thank you for joining. I'm building models at the moment, so I'm sort of focused B5. or 5, whatever, whichever one. Yeah, I'm building miniatures for Warhammer 40,000 at the moment, Chaos Space Marines, but I'm combining them with Loyalist and Traitor Marines. So I'm sort of crossing the boundaries of no, I don't, but I do build Lego. Ah, there we go. There's the arm I'm looking for. And you know, in fact, I'll get them down from the shelf actually for you, because I built them today. Let me just get this arm in place. So today I built this racer buggy. Hang on, let me get that up. So I built this racer buggy, Lego Technic. I got this for Christmas from my parents. When you I don't know if you can see that, but when you turn the wheels at the back, the pistons in the engine go up and down. It's only on the left-hand back wheel, but this wheel does turn, but it doesn't actually cause the movement of the motor, and of course it's it's a racer buggy from Lego Technic with stickers, of course, and some really bright bits of yellow Lego that I've never built with before. You know, I've never built with neon Lego bricks before, so this one was a lot of fun to build actually. It was a real pleasure to build. It's literally all these struts, and it's literally built from all these plastic struts and things. So, and then just put that down there for now. I got these arcade games for Christmas as well. So that's the video game arcade piece that I built. That isn't actually Lego. I'll show you the boxes for them. Then we've got a grab machine with the stickers. It says Lucky on the side, and in the back, the sticker at the back says Lucky Dog. They're supposed to be soft toy puppies in there, but the prize hole is quite small. But yeah, no, that's. And then this is the basketball game with moving hoop. Hang on, let me. I've put the basketballs to. I've attached the basketballs to the side so I don't lose them, but they've actually they're not pure, entirely spherical, so they can sit on a stud. But you can. Ooh, that's a bit shiny. But yeah, and they've all got stickers. It's missing a foot. There we go. It's fallen out. But that's the basketball game. Arcade game. So I'll just put them down there. I've got the boxes down here for them. And they come like Lego. So that's the Grab Machine arcade brick set by Whiz Toys. So they're not actually Lego. But they are Lego-like toys, and that's the basketball machine. So I've got 3 of the 6 sets, and that's the boxing arcade. But it also comes with a dance machine, whack-a-mole, and coin pusher. But where these were got from, they didn't have the dance machine, whack-a-mole or coin pusher, so I'm going to try and look for them elsewhere so I can complete the set of 6, because I'd like to complete the set of 6. Get this arm on whilst it's fresh. I last went to an arcade when I was on holiday. I tend to go to arcades when I'm on holiday. I actually won a jackpot on the penny pushers, on the coin pushers. I actually won something like 900 tickets. And that's how I got my Sonic the Hedgehog mug. This is proving a bit harder than do it that way. Yeah, and I do enjoy a good arcade. I've been in a few that have been a bit rubbish, but some I've been in that are really, really good for prizes and things. There we go. You know that. Yeah, I've discovered there's tricks to the penny pushes. It's all in the timing and the number of coins you put in. I've probably put in more than my fair share of coins in the past that. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, those skull speakers can be quite expensive. I mean, yeah, they've got some really, really good prizes in these arcades. There we go. There's another Chaos Space Marine. I call them Chaos Space Marines because obviously, so he's actually got a Chaos Bolter. I'm trying to keep them sort of looking as loyal as I can when they're not really loyalist. They're traitors. Yeah, I do have a Star Wars Lego head. It's not actually out at... Oh, my hair's gone frizzy. It's not actually on display at the moment. It's been put away. But I do have Darth Vader. I do have Darth Vader as a Lego head, normally up on my shelf. But at the moment, I've put all my Lego away. For the holiday period. Yeah, I thought about getting. I mean, I toyed with it was either Darth Vader or Kylo Ren, and I've never been really that enamoured with the modern trilogy. So I kind of went with the classic trilogy, Darth Vader, because he sort of held more appeal to me as a character than Kylo Ren. I think the problem was, Darth Vader's been around for, it'll be 50 years next year, Star Wars. The legacy of the original trilogy is far more established. Plus, there's a lot of lore that Disney could have gone with and completely ignored, but I won't go into that because we'll be here all night with me complaining about it. And I think it's better that no one hears me griping and moaning about the problems of Star Wars Episodes 7, 8 and 9. So I'm just trying to get this hand glued in place. I will get this done. But you know, because I really want to get back into cosplaying, and I really want to do another Jedi cosplay. I did a Jedi many years ago, but I never actually got any photos of it. I'm not sure if I've got photos of myself in my Jedi cosplay. I want to lose weight so I can get back in my steampunk cosplay that I do know I want to do. I'm hoping to get support for that, because I don't like gyms. I find them intimidating. So I'm hoping to get support to help me. Sort of become fitter and healthier without the need for a gym. Plus, I can't afford to go to a gym. I mean, I'll never forget the day someone actually told me I was going to go to a gym, and they wouldn't hear argument from me about it, and I basically cut them out, because, you know, I basically blocked them because I will not be told what to do. You know, everything I do will be off on my. I have got a treadmill, but at the moment it's under stuff, so it does need clearing. But I do have a treadmill, so I will get that back up and running. But yeah, you know, being told what to do. They basically told me, they said, what you're going to do is you're going to go to a gym and you're going to sign up. And I thought, no, you know, you don't tell me how to live my life. You know, I can't even afford to go to a gym. So I basically cut them out, because you know, I know what's right for me, and you know, don't. You know, don't dictate how I. Just working something out here. Yeah, no, that's fine. It's okay. You know, and it threw me, because I was basically being told what to do without being given a chance to say, hang on, I can't do that. you know, I was basically dictated to by a complete stranger. Well, not a complete stranger, but by someone online. And yeah, so I'm sure that made me look like the villain, of course, but you know. You know, if you want me to show respect to you, you know, show respect to me. And as far as I was concerned, it was disrespecting. I mean, it's like I put in boundaries elsewhere for my own. Shoot. I've dropped a piece. 1 second. If I can't find that piece, I will reconfigure. Because I've got plenty of pieces I can work with. Okay, so the piece I've got, I've just lost, it's missing, so I will reconfigure. When in doubt. And I'll drop another piece, but this time I can see it. Not lost. Yeah, that was a birthday present, or was it a Christmas present from my mum and dad? Actually, I think I can have it on. I mean, I can have it on, but it might be a bit too bright in the background. But we'll see. We'll see. No, you can just see it, because it's red, so you know it. Yeah, you can just see it lighting up in the background, so that's all right. Yeah, I thought it might might be a bit of a problem, but it doesn't seem to be. Yeah, I would say go for it. Definitely go for it. It's a novelty. When I get my new hobby room, it will be. I will get it wall mounted because I'd like to get it wall mounted. Yeah, there's a lot of things I want from a new hobby room when it's done, because I really think, you know, hang on. I need to look in my little book. But yeah, you know, there's a lot of things I want to get up on display when I get this new room. .33. I bet I've cut off the wrong arms. Anticipation of that I've jumped the. Yeah, I need to get to 1,000 before even thinking about, you know, even dreaming about YouTube buttons. I've lost a few subscribers. I've lost 5. I had 910, and I've lost 5 today. So, you know, that's a bit heartbreaking, really, because when you put your heart and soul into everything you do, and then you lose subscribers. You know, it is pretty disheartening. I'm not going to lie. You know, because you do everything you can to keep everything. You know, to gain subscribers and then lose subscribers. Just be, you know, I get that people don't always like what I subscribe, what I create. I get that, but you know, I don't want to be entirely mainstream. I want, you know, I like the fact that I'm a variety channel. I'm not just a flash in the pan, one shot concept, you know. I mean, I get it that ASMR is popular. I get that people like ASMR and they want ASMR, but you know, I'm not entirely driven by that. I mean, you know, I've got my story, I've got my music. I will be creating ASMR content, but at the same time, I want to be, you know. And I know there are people who say, "Oh, you can't do that. You've got to be this, that, or the other." And variety is the spice of life. You know, I think it would be so dull if we all were exactly the same. And I think it's important to recognise that, you know, everyone has their own skills and and talents and you know, to I mean, it's taken me over 5 years to reach 900 subscribers. And the thing is, the problem is, I find that I seem to lose numbers every time I talk about them. You know, that seems to be what I call the YouTube curse. If you talk about your numbers, you lose them, and it's not fair, really. The algorithm rewards those who are successful and consistent. I get that, but there are those of us who are just on the journey. And I get that not everyone likes what I create. I respect that. But there's got to be people out there who are looking for original storytelling content and music and, you know, variety, and who want to be part of that, who want to take part in that sort of thing as well. You know, I'm here to provide. Well, I'm not here to provide, but you know what I mean. There's the 5th one out of 20. There's the 5th one with a Chaos Bolter. What number? What does 76 use? B14, B13, B15. That's interesting. B13, B14 and B15. Got to find first. B15. But I definitely think I want to do more music as well. You know, because I've discovered it's proven popular on TikTok as well. So you know, I want to provide on there as well, because I think. You know, I think I want TikTok to be a platform for music creation, really. I think it would be nice to utilise it more for that sort of thing. What I'm looking for is. It's number 14 I'm looking for. Yeah, 14. Probably not on that one. There's 14. And there we go. You know, in the opinion of the audience, what sort of music should I continue creating? What? No real plans for tomorrow, really. Probably just have another relaxing day. Might go out Monday. Haven't decided yet. If I do, I don't know where. I'm out sort of there we go. I'm sort of out Tuesdays and Thursdays at the moment. Yeah, I mean, I know you're a big fan of Fire in the Silk. I know you really do like that one. And I'm happy that you really do. You know, yeah, we had a smattering of. We had a bit of snow round here today. But it hasn't really been thick. So, you know, when do you think you'll sign up? When do you think you'll look for your for the classes you want to take, or are you going to start online? Because obviously there's plenty of resource online. There's plenty of resources online for for what you want to learn. I think I sent a few resources. If not, I know there's a few channels I can send you that might give you a good starting point. Yeah, do that. There's a few that I can, because obviously I use the channels for writing research. It's tougher than I have to readjust that slightly. That one's going to be a bit difficult, so I'm going to reconvene with something a bit different, something a bit different than yeah, you know, I take my hat off to you. I'm glad I kind of helped inspire you to a degree, you know. I think you'll be good at it. I mean, I've seen some of your shorts and TikTok videos, and I think you've got the confidence for it, definitely. Let them settle. This will be the second half of the squad. Really? Oh, that's interesting. So it's something you've always wanted to do then, or wanted to try? I think that's very commendable. Where's my shoulder pads? Did she want to learn too then, or? Or was it just you that wanted to try it? Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Head. Well, if she can do it, so can you. That's my words of encouragement, you know. You don't know until you try. That's what I always say. I'll have to get you involved in Tales of a Caravan then. You know, even if it's not a, even if it's not on a full-on performance role, you know, still in character. I've dropped a shoulder pad. Fortunately, I've got enough shoulder pads that I can work with. Because I'm sort of splitting them between Chaos and regular, so it will turn up because it's a shoulder pad. I'm just trying to find it really. It's like the other bit that went missing. In fact, could go full on Chaos for this one. I mean, drop me a message and we can talk about it, you know. Even if it's just a character or something. I'd love to have you on board on the project. There we go. Another Chaos Marine done. I've done it's a bit extreme, but it's... because I basically cut off an entire arm, but it will make sense in a minute. Yeah, you know, if you want to ever be involved in my YouTube content, give me a shout. And that goes to anyone that's watching, you know. There we go. That's why I had to cut the arm off, because I had to reposition. I had to reposition the arm to make it fit. Thank you, yeah. For that, we've got some shoulder pads that can haven't done the head yet. Oh, have we got lurkers? Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Don't be shy, do come in and join the chat. I'm sort of partially chatty tonight because I'm obviously building Warhammer 40,000 miniatures as well. Iron Warriors. And of course there's music playing in the background as well. Another one complete. Chaos shoulder pads instead of pre-heresy shoulder pads because I feel that I want them to be chaos, but I don't want them to be completely chaos. I want them to be sort of post-heresy. Yeah, I felt there's been a few days like that over the holiday period where I've just napped, and sometimes I feel worse for napping, but recently I've sort of felt so tired I've just fallen asleep and felt grateful for doing so. I'm a fool. I've got two boxes of Chaos Legionnaires, which means I've got double the equipment, which means I can do chainswords and bolt pistols. and I just sort of wanted to doze, and I did. I actually napped quite a lot over the holiday period, particularly Christmas Day. We didn't even open presents till about after 5 o'clock Christmas Day because because I napped. But we had such a big lunch, that it was inevitable that napping would be on the cards. Yeah, it was nice to sort of relax and rest. Just get this in position. Normally we would have done them in the morning, but we decided to do them after dinner, but we had quite a late dinner anyway. And I went up for a nap and basically fell asleep longer than I anticipated. And well, we sort of did half and half. We did sort of personal presents to each other in the morning, and we did family presents in the morning from relatives, and personal presents sort of later on in the day. So we kind of staggered it really, which was nice. It wasn't all in one sort of hit. What's happened to my computer is buffering or whatever. Yeah, we normally open them in the sort of morning or mid-morning. But as I say, this year we decided to stagger them. Yeah, I can understand it when they're quite young. I can understand that when they're quite young, because obviously they want to get everything open and played with. I was exactly the same when I was a kid. So, you know, I've just found as I've got older, I've kind of slowed down a bit. This one built up. Do you know, I never really understand why I became fascinated with this idea of caravan. I just think it's something unique, and I've always believed it would be a legitimate ASMR trigger. You know? I guess coming from me, I guess that's unusual, shall we say, to say the least. But I believe in it, and I've believed in it for a very long time. I would love to see more ASMR sort of around it, and that's why I came up with the idea for Tales of the Caravan, because it's still Lord of War and Heartache, but it's its own unique blend. Yeah, it's finding people to take part. That's the real. Because everyone obviously is very busy, and you know, a lot of the chapters have grown so big, have grown a lot bigger, so they're focusing on, you know, it's giving everyone the opportunity to take part and try something unique. I believe in giving everyone the opportunity to try something, you know, to participate in what I create. You know, if people don't agree with what I come up with, then, you know, I wish them well. I don't hold you know, I don't force people into doing anything. But you know, I do believe in giving everyone the opportunity to try something else. Okay. Yeah, I'm still here. I'll still be here building. Yeah, yeah, I'm sure they will. wish I could get my camera to actually. It says dropping. Just wish I could get the camera to. There's the piece. To focus and be set up so people can actually see what I'm doing. We've been going over 2 hours already. Good grief. There we go. Another Iron Warrior complete for those watching back on the replay. So we've got 10 Iron Warriors completed in Mark II Iron Armour. That's what they look like properly without any sort of Chaos adornments. But I've taken Chaos Legionnaires. I've taken Horus Heresy Mark II Iron Armour and combined them with Chaos Space Marine Legionnaires because I'm doing Iron Warriors army for 40k. So I wanted something that resembled Iron Warriors but wasn't Chaos, because I believe they wouldn't let their armour go entirely to Chaos. So for this next one, I want to give him, because I've given this sergeant a bolt pistol and or this champion a bolt pistol, plasma pistol and a power fist. I want to give the next champion, because I'm going to give the other lot power swords, chain swords from the Chaos Space Marine sprue. So they're all going to have Chaos Space Marine chain swords and bolt pistols, of course. So we're going to have one that's ranged and one that's close combat oriented. And of course, by giving them bolt guns and chainsaws, it's making them easier and quicker to build. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We just need 4 more chainsaws and 4 more bolt pistols. Which is fine because we've got 2 lots of Chaos Space Marines. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And 10. We're going to have a different helmet for champion. But I'm going to do something different. I'm going to cut off the horns. Champion, so he's going to have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In fact, he's going to have a power sword, but not the chaos one. He's going to still have his Iron Warrior. So I may cut off 45. Heresy plasma pistol. Whereas the other one has a post-Heresy plasma pistol. Five. So, yeah, so I will need 9 chain swords. One, two, three, four, five. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7. 8. And we will do that one. 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Well, we got 10 bolt pistols to play with when we don't need 9. I know this isn't the most exciting thing to watch, Ross. You can't see what I'm doing, but trust me, when we get a better setup and a proper rig and everything, which is my dream, you'll be able to see, I'll be able to do better live streams. But just having you here with me is always a pleasure, even if you're watching back. So, beginning of an Iron Warrior champion for Chaos, although it's not a Chaos sword or plasma pistol, but it's pre-Heresy. The helmet is going to be Chaos. He's going to be the only one that doesn't have a Mark II iron, or will I? Will I yield and give him a Mark II? I think I'll yield and give him a Mark II. Yeah, I'm gonna call it a night. Yeah, no worries. I'm probably gonna go live stream on Monday anyway. I've been streaming now for 2 hours 20 minutes, so yeah, it's long enough. Yeah, I'll catch you later too, Lacey. Drop me a message anytime. Until then, everyone, thank you for joining me. Thank you for being here. It's always a pleasure to see you. Thank you very much, and see you next.